Or we could do the refreshing of the pages. Let's do that. So right now when you go to projects and you click on a project and you come and you look at these client applications, if you're on client application panel 1, and then I come in here and I click on 2, it goes to 2 at the URI, but it does not change the content. So let's fix that. So on this app, Angular has put a new feature in here to help mitigate this for us. So let me pull that up here. So I have to add in my module, my app module, a new, what is it called? Let's just go and do it again. So in this, we want to say Angular CLI refresh current component. I think this is the one that we'll use. Okay. So let's see. Run guards as resolvers is where I think we want it. Inside of routes. And then here, this is our subscription. So this looks right. So inside of my routes, let's go into each of them because everything is set in modules here. So if I look at my app routing module, we'll add it here. Just a second. I'll get this here. So it's this. Okay. And so this should run for every path if we want it to be able to refresh. So what I mean by that is at the moment, the ones that are of concern are this project page, because clicking on a project will bring up a different one. So if we had multiple projects, we'd have that problem. So in my features under projects, I'm going to add this onto my routing module here for the projects, which is the index page, the individual project page, not the new project page. I don't want to do that. No, we do. Okay. Client application ID, yes. And the auth guard and the client application, yes. Okay. The other ones, alerts, that's only one screen, so it should always be updated if it's on screen. Our other components don't have routes, right? Right. So now, in your features for your routing here for projects, I want to include my run guards and resolvers always. Okay. And so now what I can do is inside of my projects, if I go, let's go and do this inside of the projects client application, and on my TS, in my init, is that where I want to do this? In my constructor. And so in here, we're going to have a interesting. In this, we're going to do a if my E is a, I need to subscribe to it. So we need to have a navigation subscription. And then down here, I want to say this dot navigation subscription is equal to this dot router dot events dot subscribe. And we're going to subscribe E of type any to. Now we're going to say if my E is a instance of a navigation end, then we want to run this dot on ng init. This now needs to have in it a private router. Okay. So now we also, I know, need one more thing, which is a private is first load which is going to be a equal to true. And then after we run the init the very first time, we want to say right here, and this dot is first load. And then down here, we're going to say is first load equals true. And that's to prevent duplicate loading when it starts. So let's test it. That takes me to client 1. It didn't work. Oh, that's why. Okay, client 1 should have reloaded. Client 2. So now that's working correctly. Okay, so we need to duplicate this. Oh, let's not forget to this dot navigation subscription dot unsubscribe. Okay, the next one was clients. We're going to add it again here. Okay, we need to add a navigation subscription. Okay, and then in a init, why are you putting these in a init? Okay, let me look up here on Angular CLI subscribe. It's a subject in constructor or ng on init. I think it should be in the constructor. Where do I subscribe to events in Angular CLI? I think I want to do it in the constructor, right? Right, that's true. There. Okay, well, it's like 50-50 which one I want to do it in. I'm going to do this in the constructor. I'm going to move these things up here. Okay, and then now my navigation subscription needs to be destroyed here. And then I also need to have a private is first load, which is equal to true. Okay, let's try that again. And this one is for what projects? This is for duplicate for when we reload client applications. Is this a partial? I don't know why this is here. This should only be a partial. But now if I was to select this project again, this should reload. What's going on here? You put them in a init there. Let's move these back to on init. There we go. Okay, and so now we need to do the same thing on client application. I think we did that one already. We did. And then now for projects. And I think that should be it, right? Okay, so here in projects, we're going to add it to the, so it looks like some of them go in the constructor. We're going to add this to the init. And I'm going to say is first load is equal to false. And then we're going to have a private is first load, which is a equal to true. And then I want to have my navigation subscription. And then I want to add in my router. So now testing this one, we're going to make a new project here called project 2. There it is. And now when I click on project 1, it reloads. So we're good. Wait, it didn't reload that way. We want to put this one in the constructor, definitely. Let's do that on all of them, actually. Good. Good. Okay. Let's look at project again. Here it is added to the constructor. There it is on the destruction. Okay, and then projects. We want to add it in to the constructor. And in this, we want to have the private is first load, which is a true. And then in the init, we want to say is first load equals false. And then here we want to add my navigation subscription. And then my final route. And that should be it. And that should be done. And it should be reloading every time. Oh, where is it? XHR. So it's not. It does when it needs to, when the endpoint changes. So projects would only work if the endpoint changed. Because you're saying whatever, it works, so that's fine. We'll call that done. I guess I really only needed that on, well, that's fine. Okay.